Hello, podcast listeners. We know podcasts are a great way to catch up on a program that you may have missed on KSJE, and it's provided as a free service of this radio station. But you know, KSJE is now listener-supported, and so while you enjoy this podcast, we hope that you'll also take some time to join KSJE. Become a member today. It's quite easy to do. Just go to our website at ksje.com/support and pick the level of support that best matches your budget. Thanks again for listening. Here's your podcast. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center. The most important ingredients to sustaining health and wellness are the resources and tools that help you live a vibrant and healthy life. At San Juan Regional Medical Center, the goal is to promote health by making sure those resources are available. Find the path to the best life at lifebetterhere.com. San Juan Regional Medical Center. Better is our mission, improving lives through personalized health and care.
Life is all about getting from one place to another, from home to work, between school and the store. But what if you don't know exactly how to get there? That's where the Navigation Center can help. Maybe you've lost vital documents, need help with housing, or can't find a medical provider. Located inside Presbyterian Medical Services at 1001 West Broadway, the Navigation Center can help you navigate life's challenges. The San Juan County Navigation Center, connecting to resources, empowering lives.
I'm back in Studio A with my guest this morning, as I mentioned, from the Central Consolidated School District. I want to welcome back to KSJE Assistant Superintendent Peter Deswood is here. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
Great to have you here. Also joining us this morning is the district's instructional coordinator for secondary schools, Roxanne Lee. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
And the district's public relations supervisor, Jared Noble. Jared, welcome back. Good to have you here, too.
Good to be back. Thanks, Scott.
Thank you, everyone. And we'll get started by, it's the end, almost the end of the school year. We've been talking about graduations and things here. We'll get to those in the district in just a moment, but a lot of work that you all are doing. And I wanted to ask you a little bit about the course catalog for Central Consolidated Schools. And that's been something that's been worked on for a while now to get that all up to date. Roxanne, is that your area?
Oh, yes, most definitely. We've
Okay.
been tirelessly working on that one. We've had a great set of principals, counselors, and core content teachers who've been assisting myself and Mr. Noble with creating that and developing it and bringing it to scope. So we're very proud of our work, and we're very thankful to our staff who've been also dedicated in that endeavor. So yes.
Congratulations, right?
Good.
And that lists then different programs of study and things like that
Oh,
for
most
students
definitely,
and families?
yes. We have our academic content as well as our career technical education stuff, programs of study. Gifted is also highlighted, and of course our dual credit.
Right, very good. Also some technical classes too and things like that as well, part of this?
Yes. Our program of study, CCSD offers 10 programs of study for our awesome students throughout the district, from Newcomb to Shiprock to Kirtland areas. And these programs of study highlight workplace kind of knowledge stuff, hands-on experiences, different kind of things that we have for our students. And we're very awesome to have that type of opportunity for our kids. And we're really working hard, and we have a great staff who also is working hard and tireless in that.
Very good. And so the idea with the new updated course catalog is that these are all kind of aligned throughout the district? Is that kind of the idea?
Yes. Our college and credit, our New Mexico PED College and Career Readiness Bureau, they want to make sure that each of our areas are aligned to a program of study so that our local and our regional needs are met by our students. So all that is brought to light through our comprehensive local needs assessment. And so through that, it details, okay, what are the needs of each of the areas. Regional priorities. So with those priorities, we set the program of study and say, okay, this is the sequence, and this is how we're going to get our 10th graders, 11th graders, and 12th graders, their introductory classes, their concentrator classes, and their completer courses. And this may be in terms of work-based learning program, on-the-job training, or any types of apprenticeship or internships.
Got you. And
It's like just like graduating from college. You know, you take these courses to get that certificate at the end to be able to put that on your resumes and actually go out in the job field. I mean, we can read off a couple of the programs that we have. So we have like culinary and food services. We have electrical systems, architecture and civil engineering, carpentry. We have kids in carpentry, and also, like we said, welding.
Right.
Physical health. I mean, nurses. I mean, we have kids going into classes want to become nurses. Business information management, teaching, training, and facilitation. So becoming a teacher.
Right.
In our programs. Information technology support services and agribusiness. I mean, that's one that we're pretty excited about. We just got kind of snuck in there with our FFA teachers.
Nice.
And yeah, they're going to get the ball rolling. And it's a really strong program there. And we got one more joining, which we forgot to mention, the JRTC
Right.
program of study. So we're going to bring in our instructors for those programs for students to get in and get that completed.
Nice. Very, very good. And I would think that then, so in some of these programs, then the students would get a certificate and they could hit the job market right after high school graduation, or if they want to go on to another college, either here to San Juan or Dene College or wherever, that would
Yes.
also align with those programs too.
Yes, and we do have partnerships with NTU, Navajo Technical University,
Oh, yes,
as
Crown
well
Point.
as San Juan College.
Nice.
Yeah, so we're very excited about the opportunity we could provide for these kids.
Sure. And all this goes back to your students, right? More opportunities for
Yes.
them and for their success.
Yeah, and maybe they might not know their career choice yet, and these programs are perfect for that. To get them in, even
Explore.
explore and start in middle school even to know what they want to do.
Right. Well, certainly cheaper than figuring out in college. So there's that.
Absolutely.
I will note that, parents. So there you are. But very good. Well, that's been a lot of work, I would think, to try to get all these in alignment. So it's been a how lengthy process is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yes, definitely a lengthy process, and we've been going since probably about the fall. We were kind of, I'm new to the program, so it was a great learning curve, and I'm very excited to grow the program along with Miss Sandra Westbrook, our principal from Kirtland Central High School, and Miss Janelle Charlie, who is now the Bon Wilson College and Career Readiness Coordinator.
Gotcha.
So really excited to work with them to help grow the program and form those partnerships with community stakeholders.
Very, very good. Well, congratulations. Big accomplishment. Probably a nice sigh of relief that it's done and published.
Gosh,
and
pat on the back. Yeah, that was
ready
a
to
lot
go.
of work.
I bet that's very true. Let me turn to Assistant Superintendent Mr. Deswood here a little bit about your thoughts on having this all available now and all aligned for all of your schools, and so your students and their families can pick and choose and kind of go through and maybe talk about career pathways and things like that.
Absolutely. So about 4 years ago, the community did we were working on our graduate profile. So there was 1,602 students, families, and stakeholders that took part in the survey. And they came up with some skills that they wanted our kids to leave our district with. So a lot of the work that we've been doing has been aligned to our graduate profile, like Roxanne and Jared said. Like we brought a team together. They've been working on it tirelessly this year, so that we don't have classes where there's like less than 5 kids in classes, so that there's groups of kids that go through these pathways, so that when they leave our district, they're ready to get right into the workforce, ready to join the military, ready to go to college, university, or a certificate program. In fact, we have like quite a few kids that participate in like Skills USA, but it's so that our kids leave with industry credentials or have a pathway so that there's a seamless transition from high school to colleges, universities, or whatever they want to pursue.
Excellent. And it sounds like, too, that you are trying to meet your students maybe where they are. There are some students that maybe want to go on to college, and other students, no offense, that can't wait to finish high school and get out into the job market.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one thing is I was talking with a parent at Ojo School the other day, and she said that her daughter was graduating this Friday from Kirtland High School, and she said that her kid is going to the Tulsa Welding School. So you think about the course sequence for that student to be able to get to the point to enroll in a welding program. So we're just making sure that we have courses sequenced so that kids have the basics a basic understanding of welding and the components, the various components of welding, so that they are successful once they go to that technical school.
Right, and I guess that's an important distinction too, because they may not just accept someone off the street if they don't have some prior knowledge or at least education basics of welding to get into that other school.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for example, I know one of the groups that we've been trying to work with is PESCO, right? So they can go to PESCO. I know they have their own training program, but that way they have a basic understanding of what it's going to take to be a welder, or to pursue that profession.
Right, but a great career opportunity right here at home.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you just go up the road 30-40 miles and get additional training, and it's a high earning career that our students can pursue.
Wonderful. Very good. Well, congratulations again. Big accomplishment, I would say, for a district as large as CCSD, and to be able to have all these opportunities available throughout the district is another great thing to offer to your students. So great work. You mentioned graduation, so let's talk a little bit about graduations. We're about at graduation season, at least here at San Juan College, and it'll be soon among Central Consolidated schools. So you've got a bunch of graduations coming up. So what's the schedule like?
Yeah. It's here. I mean,
right,
right around the corner with Wednesday. We have career prep starting at 7 p.m. at the Phil Thomas Performing Arts Center.
Right.
Really excited for those kids. Then we go on to Thursday, where we'll hit Newcomb at 7 p.m. again. So Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays all starts at 7 p.m. So Thursday again, Newcomb High School. They'll be there at their Skyhawk Arena. Awesome facility to be in. Then we have Kirtland will be outside. Hopefully that wind, what we just saw, doesn't affect Friday.
Hopefully not.
Outside.
It's going to be nicer.
But we do have a plan B if there's anything that comes our way. But
Good.
it looks like we're going to be all right. But that'll be, so Kirtland's graduation is on Friday night. That'll be at the Bill Kaywood Stadium. And then we'll finish up on Saturday at 10 a.m. at Shiprock, at the Shiprock Chieftain Pit. So, but also to mention too, we have middle school promotions happening today and tomorrow. So we have Newcomb's, which actually will be going to Newcomb's this evening at 5:30, and then we have Sibbets Middle School, which is in Shiprock. That's our middle school there. That's going to be at 5 or 6, and then Kirtland's also at 6.
Nice, very good. Busy time for all of you. For sure.
It's fourth quarter.
Yeah.
For all the sports fans out there.
That's true.
It's fourth quarter. We're up by 2, and we're trying to keep the lead here.
There you go. Very good. Well, and to talk about that too, some of your students who have been very high achieving, we want to give a shout out to them from your different high schools as well. And so that's pretty exciting to be able to recognize them. We've got some names to put up on the screen for our video viewers this morning. But let's start with career prep, talking about the top 10% graduates.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of students here. So I do want to mention the valedictorian and salutatorians for each school. So for career prep, we have Haley Page Yellowhair Keeswood, who's going to be the valedictorian. And then salutatorian is going to be Amber Sage Maria. And then if you want to go to the next slide, Scott, we have...
Sure. And I just to clarify, these names, these are the top performing students from these schools?
So we have top 10 and we have top 10%. So career prep falls in line with the top 10 students.
Thank you.
And then we also have Newcomb, who's top 10, and then Shiprock High and Kirtland will be the top 10%.
Got it. So here's Shiprock.
So Shiprock, we have valedictorian Kalia Peters and salutatorian. Are you ready for this, Scott?
I'm ready.
Aki Kamalani Claw.
Nice job.
It's going to be a salutatorian. Thank you very much. Been practicing that. So
yeah.
It's tough shoes to fill in the PR position, but we get it done.
Yeah, very good. Congrats to all those graduates from Shiprock, and we'll move on to your Newcomb graduates.
Newcomb graduates, we have valedictorian Kimberly Charlie and salutatorian Amelia Suinia.
Very good. And the other students are listed there as well for our video viewers.
Again, top 10 students.
Right. And then here we are at Kirtland Central.
Kirtland Central, we have valedictorian Briley Sullivan and valedictorian Nida Desiree Tom.
Excellent. And you've got a lot of 10%.
Lot of 10% names, yes. Oh, and an honorable mention, too, is Noah Tyler Warner, who's going to be also... He actually was probably here on Saturday with his guy's associate's degree.
Nice.
Along with Clea Peters from Shiprock High School. So congrats to them.
Congrats to them, who were San Juan College graduates then. So wonderful. Yeah. Very good. And that's that dual credit that you were talking about, right? So that is terrific. Very good. Well, congrats to all of them. Good luck with all the graduation ceremonies that are coming up later on this week, as you mentioned, and the other ceremonies that are happening at your middle schools and things along that line. Let's talk graduation rates too, because that's something I know every district tracks and certainly is working towards improving. And so talk to me about this graph that we're showing. These are for all of your high schools and the district as a whole.
So hopefully this kind of paints a picture for you guys, for anyone online. But we've been seeing increases in graduation rates ever since, we came down with COVID, but we're working our way back up with graduations, getting students, even this year, making sure that students are in line to get the graduation on time. So 5.4 percentage points we've increased by. We saw improvements with Kirtland Central, where we saw the largest improvement by 6.4 percentage points. Mm-hmm. And then in 2022 and 2023, we saw a breakthrough with all of our schools showing improvement. And then we've just been, again, just consistently improved in 4 out of 5 years since 2019. So, and then 2 schools now exceeded 10% graduation rates.
80%.
Or 80%, I'm sorry.
80% graduation rates, that's right. But good for them. And that's terrific. And I'm trying to remember what the statewide rate is, and I think your rates are higher than the statewide average in New Mexico.
In the 70s.
That's what I thought. So, Mr. Desmond, does that sound about right to you?
Yeah, I believe it's we're 1% below the state average, which is 78. I think 78.5%.
Gotcha.
So at 77.6, we're right there.
Oh, you're pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're definitely closing that gap, right?
Right.
Making sure, like the course catalog, making sure that kids know, what they're working for, right? What's going to happen beyond when they leave our district. So just making sure that our programs are aligned.
Sure. Well, and keeping them engaged, right, so they can walk across that stage to get that diploma at the end of their high school careers.
That's it, right? Making sure they know what they're doing it for. And so that engagement is definitely increasing as well.
Right. But nice to track these things and share it with you.
Yeah, and I think also a big part too is the AP programs, more rigorous courses that kids can be involved in, and I think that contributes to their graduation rates.
Sure. Keep them challenged in school, in the classroom, and things like that.
Absolutely.
So that makes a lot of sense to me as well. So great. Thank you for sharing that with us this morning. And it's great to see your schools kind of heading in the right direction to get those graduation rates up there. There is Mr. Assistant Superintendent. So talk to me a bit about some of the things on this slide here: academic acceleration and enrichment opportunities.
Yeah, so I think one of the initiatives that Mr. Carlson has had is to improve outcomes, not only just outcomes but programs, so that we keep our kids in central schools. So that a lot of focus of our SEGs, our state equalization grant funding for this year, to make sure that we are supporting our kids so that they are accelerated. For example, dual credit, right? Making sure that our programs are aligned to dual credit. And so interesting how it aligns to the work that Roxanne and Jared have been working on this year. Making sure that our kids are leaving our schools with, like Jared said, we had a couple students who graduated with their associate's degree as well, so that they're one step closer to attaining a 4-year degree. We've also improved our academic competitions. There's been a lot of our grants were written to increase funding for academic competitions because, like we said, student engagement. If students are engaged in the content, if they are higher, there's more engagement, then they're going to finish. Mm-hmm. So we've also had created partnerships with ASU Global for dual credit, and then also I think our gifted coordinator was saying that we're going to have a 5th or 6th grader that's going to partake in some of those higher level courses because, like we said, we want them engaged. We want them to finish with our school. We're also sending about 25 students to Purdue University. There's a gifted program that we've partnered with Purdue University. So we have 2 staff that are going to Purdue University with our students to engage them in a lot of college work, and so that they know what it's like when they decide to go to college.
Right.
A lot of the stuff that we've been doing is making sure that our students are, have those experiential learning opportunities. So it's connecting what they're learning, like the theory and the content, to real world application. So that's definitely a big focus for us for like academic acceleration and enrichment, pushing it past the classroom. In fact, the focus of our summer school the last couple of years has been enrichment.
Right.
So, I remember sending my kids to San Juan College's summer courses.
The
right?
kids' college,
Kids'
things there and
college,
things,
right?
right? Sure.
So then we wanted to put something together like that so our kids have access to enrichment opportunities. So our summer school program has been focused on enrichment and fun activities so that, like I said, it connects the learning to fun activities. So it's not just all academic focused. Another area I wanted to touch on is, new student registration campaign.
Right.
We are really focusing on bringing, like I said, kids back to our district, but not only that, like aligning our program starting with our pre-K, right? So, making sure that we have our classes filled. So Jared works with our pre-K program, our early childhood coordinator to make sure that we have kids in the classrooms and increasing our enrollment. Not only just our pre-K, but also our summer school programs, right? We've been working since October, and I think we've had 7 or 8 planning meetings to make sure that our summer school is fun, right? Enrichment activities, and also we're intervening and providing interventions for students who might be behind. So we definitely, and we spend about almost $2 million on our summer school program, and that's at the 3 regions. We have 8 schools that will, 4 elementary schools that are going to be hosting summer school, our 3 middle schools as well, and then of course our 4 high schools will be trying to plug kids into so that we don't have that summer slide, and just trying to make sure that they're in there. When I talked earlier about one-on-one and not just enrichment but also providing interventions, we do have a high dosage tutoring where it's a 1-to-4 ratio. So we really try to work on small group interventions with our kids so that teachers have a lower student to teacher ratio, so that it's a little bit more effective. In fact, during the regular year as well, we did a lot of high dosage tutoring with our kids. I mean, as a teacher, anytime a teacher says, "Hey, come see me in the morning, come see me during lunch, come see me after after school, and I can provide you additional support."
Right.
That's what the public education department's idea of high dosage tutoring is that 1-to-1. So now when his teacher asks a student to come in 1-on-1 or 1-to-4, now they can actually get paid to do that as opposed to just volunteering their time. Donating their time.
Very good.
We're also looking at improvements in our operations and facilities. We've been looking to upgrade electrical, infrastructure within the schools. The last couple of years, we've done a lot of HVAC updates, so bringing in central air into the schools. We're trying to work tirelessly with the Navajo Nation because of Navajo Tribal Utility Authority.
Sure.
Trying to update the grids and partnering with them so that we have the capacity to use those HVAC systems within the schools.
They have a little more demand than maybe a swamp cooler would,
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
evaporative cooler
Right,
would in
right.
your schools. So that's
Absolutely.
the reasons. Sure.
That's exactly it. And then also track updates as well. The track behind our administrative complex in Shiprock, they're renovating it. We've renovated tracks in the area. I believe a year ago, the last couple of years, we've updated Newcomb High's track as well. But just making sure our facilities are attractive to kids, right? To keep kids
Right.
here, we've been trying to update a lot of our facilities so that kids want to stay. Kids want to stay in
Empower student athletes in our area. For
Right.
Sure.
Makes sense. And I would think too, maybe the surrounding communities too, do they get to use some of these facilities as well if the schools aren't using them? So that's another improvement for those communities
Yeah,
too.
absolutely. For example, just a week or 2 ago, Newcomb High School hosted a powwow. The
Nice.
last couple of weeks, we've hosted the Drums of Summer. Well, actually, Drums of Summer, Drums of Winter, and then Drums of Spring. I think it was.
Yeah.
So they've come and
Nice.
used our facilities. We've held back. Actually, there was a big basketball tournament last weekend in Kirtland at Kirtland High School where hundreds of kids participated. But you think about that, right? Those are our feeder programs or activities, so that we do have those teams that are competing on the state level, like our Kirtland High team, so that they're competing for a state championship. But here's the thing, though, it didn't just impact our students in CCSD. We know teams in the area like Gallup and Farmington participated. We had a couple of teams from Arizona participate. But that competition level, so that keeping the talent here as well,
right.
Trying to keep the talent in Kirtland. So
yeah,
nice.
I mean, it's great to just keep working with the community, building these sports programs. I mean, we get the facility use forums all the time from our community folks, and it's like Peter said, it's building our programs, building our sports, our student athletes to bring state championships in when they come to high school.
Right. Very true. There you go. And just a couple of minutes remaining this morning, a little bit about staff development.
Yeah, absolutely. We partner with San Juan College with the Teach Up. So actually all of our new teachers go through that Teach Up Academy with San Juan College. This summer we're also partnering with Farmington Municipal Schools for high reliability schools. The previous 2 years, summers, we've brought 50 teachers up per year to their summer summit or high reliability summit. So this year we've upped it to 65 teachers. So we're bringing 65 teachers up into Farmington schools. I think it's going to be at Farmington High School this summer, but just to provide them support on professional learning communities, how to support kids as far as interventions, classroom management, how to engage the community, how to lead and run effective schools, high reliability schools. So we're trying to, looking at that to make sure that our outcomes, like our graduation rates going up, our test scores going up, just making sure we're tightening up our systems and providing support for our teachers. Because if you look at the data that Jared was showing, that's literally what we've been doing. We're really trying to we've been really intentional in providing support for our teachers and principals, so that if they have support, then that impacts student learning.
Right.
So that's essentially been the model we've been following, and all of our dollars, most of our dollars that we have in our grants have been written to support our teachers and students, providing them opportunities to learn, and then also in providing our teachers opportunities to advance and improve their teaching practice.
Right. Excellent. Very good. Well, and I can see as you talk about these things that these all kind of point to those graduation rates and trying to keep students engaged and challenged and finishing their high school careers. So it certainly makes sense to me. So that's great. Very good. Well, congratulations. Any other final thoughts before we run out of time this morning?
I guess one last thing is just, that we really appreciate our staff, right? Our teachers our building staff are working tirelessly in the classrooms and in the buildings, supporting
even
our
these
kids.
Final days.
Yeah,
even
these final days.
That's
In
right.
fact, like we said, we talked about summer school coming. Our summer school is 3 weeks, and in our 3 regions, our bus drivers are still there, right? They're going above and beyond to support our kids. And that's what it takes. That's what it takes. It takes the community coming together to make sure that our kids have those opportunities to learn.
Very good. Well, thank you all for coming in this morning. Just a quick note, Mr. Carlson's not playing hooky today. He has an excused absence from our program this morning, so we just want to make sure everybody understands that he's missed.
His daughter, I think, was graduating.
Yeah,
right?
his daughter graduated from
Well,
the
that's a
University
good
of
excuse.
Arizona.
That's a good excuse not to be here. But thank you all for filling in and coming in to talk about all the things that you're doing at the Central Consolidated School District. Thanks for all the work you do for the students.
Yeah, thank you, Scott, for supporting us as well.
You bet. It's great to share it with the community. So thank you all very much, and we'll see you next time. But enjoy graduation season. My guest this morning from the Central Consolidated School District here with me on KSJE. Did you enjoy that podcast? We hope that you did. And if you did, share it with your friends. And if you really want to keep podcasts like this coming, please support KSJE. You can do it easily online at ksje.com.